I must state that for safety, honesty and cautious reasons, the information in this video was gathered through research on the internet. I am not telling you to do anything in particular. Your choices are of your own volition. Seek medical advice for further knowledge. What is the hippocampus and its function within the brain? The hippocampus is a crucial seahorse-shaped brain structure deep in the temporal lobe, vital for learning, memory formation, especially turning short-term into long-term memories, and spatial navigation, acting as a core part of the limbic system that also governs emotions. It's where new neurons form. This is neurogenesis, and helps link memories with senses, allowing for complex awareness and recall of facts, events and places, and is vulnerable in conditions like Alzheimer's. Key functions. Memory consolidation. We'll start with declarative memory, where it converts new experiences and facts into lasting long-term memories. Spatial navigation creates mental maps for spatial orientation and navigation, helping to understand your environment. At some point, we've all unknowingly made use of this. Street smarts, starting and travelling to a new place you'll frequent, like work or shopping. When it comes to street smarts, this will cover a variety of things. Best to change up or swap routes, mapping out many different routes when moving about. Learning, essential for acquiring new information and skills. Emotional regulation, works with other limbic system parts like the amygdala to process emotions and behaviours like feeding and fighting. What is the limbic system? The limbic system is the brain's emotional centre, primarily responsible for processing and regulating emotions, motivation and memory, linking them to survival behaviours like feeding, fighting, fleeing and reproduction. It controls our autonomic nervous system, which is the heart rate and blood pressure, and plays a key role in olfaction, which is smell, learning and stress response, integrating physical and emotional states. Quick explanation. Olfaction. Strong connections to the sense of smell, which heavily influences emotions and memory. Emotion and behaviour. Processing fear, anxiety, pleasure and motivation, linking emotions to memory. Forming and retrieving long-term memories, especially emotional ones, for example, linking smells to past events. Survival instincts, driving essential behaviours like hunger, thirst, arousal, aggression, and the fight or flight response. Autonomic control, regulating involuntary functions like heart rate, blood pressure, and body temperature via the hypothalamus. Major structures and roles. We'll start with the amygdala. Processes fear, aggression, and emotional memories. Hippocampus. Essential for converting short-term to long-term memory. Hypothalamus. Regulates hormones, drives hunger and thirst, and autonomic functions. Thalamus. Relays sensory and motor signals to the cerebral cortex. cingulate gyrus, involved in pain perception, emotion and learning. How to tell if the limbic system is damaged. Potential signs or signals of limbic system disorders include disinhibited behaviour. Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? I'm sure we can think of many things which could be considered disinhibited behaviours. Lager louts, drunken street brawls, that's disinhibited behaviour. Maybe nudist beaches, that's disinhibited behaviour. It's a kind of thing where you just don't give a fuck kind of thing, like, yo. I say that, yeah, but check it out, man, the times we're living in. Most things these days is disinhibited behaviour. How many people can you say has got a control of themselves, really? Come on, man, check it out. Yeah, my belly rumbling. Mad thing. I was hungry, start. It is 5:30. I ain't planning to eat no food until maybe, let's say, 1 o'clock. So I can do all the rumbling at once. You ain't getting fed for now. Oh my gosh. Difficulty regulating emotions. Hyper-arousal. Always being on that freaky-deaky vibes. Appetite dysregulation. Trouble forming memories. Right, so I'll go back to the limbic system at some point. Maybe I should have started there, but it doesn't matter because the work's going to get done anyways. Each of the major parts of this system will also get their own video alongside the correlating information of their functions. Hippocampus location and structure. Found in each hemisphere, buried within the medial temporal lobe connected to the limbic system. Shape. Named after the Greek seahorse hippocampal due to its curved form. Composition. A layered structure with densely packed neurons, pyramidal cells, that form complex circuits. Significance. Plasticity. One of the few brain areas where new neurons are continuously generated. This is neurogenesis. Vulnerability. I could just about say that word. Vulnerability. Highly susceptible to damage from stress, hypoxia and diseases like Alzheimer's, leading to severe memory loss. Quick hypoxia explanation. Hypoxia is a dangerous condition where the body's tissues don't get enough oxygen, leading to signs like confusion, shortness of breath, overly fast heart rate and bluish skin, and can result from heart or lung diseases, clots or poisoning. It's a medical emergency requiring immediate treatment, often oxygen therapy to restore oxygen, as brain cells are very sensitive and can collapse within minutes. Listen, I know I keep saying it here, but these topics that are popping up need to be explained straight away, especially while you're actually watching or listening to this video, as you may miss the full video on that topic in the future, or forget you even heard the word. For me, that is logical, it makes sense. How to strengthen the hippocampus. To improve your hippocampus, focus on regular aerobic exercise, mental stimulation, like learning new things, a brain healthy diet, like Mediterranean food, mindfulness, or meditation. By getting good sleep and having strong social connections, these promote new neuron growth, neurogenesis, and increase hippocampal volume, boosting memory and learning. lifestyle patterns, exercise regularly. Aerobic activities like brisk walking, swimming, or dancing increase new brain cells and volume, improving memory and protecting against decline. Learn new things. Challenge your brain by learning a language or instrument or new skill to build stronger neural pathways. Mindfulness and meditation. Practices like slow, deep breathing help lower stress hormones, this would be cortisol, that damage the hippocampus, signaling safety to your brain. Prioritize sleep. Adequate sleep is crucial for memory consolidation and overall brain health. Diet and nutrition. They say eat a Mediterranean diet, but everyone's got their own taste and their own culture of food, haven't they? So, focus on whole foods, healthy fats, fruits and vegetables, as poor diet can shrink the hippocampus. Limit sugar and processed foods. High sugar intake is linked to lower hippocampal volume. Stay hydrated. Proper hydration supports brain function. You need to know how to manage stress properly. Chronic stress damages the hippocampus, so techniques like yoga, deep breathing are vital. Manage stress and depression. Conditions like depression are linked to smaller hippocampal volume. Here's some other factors. Check vitamin D levels. Adequate vitamin D helps keep the hippocampus strong. Maintain blood sugar. Preventing diabetes supports hippocampal health. Which person is most likely to suffer from damage to the hippocampus? There is research showing that humans having experienced severe, long-lasting traumatic stress show atrophy of the hippocampus more than other parts of the brain. These effects show up in post-traumatic stress disorder and severe depression. What happens when your hippocampus is damaged? Hippocampal damage primarily causes severe difficulty forming new long-term memories, anterograde amnesia, and recalling recent past events. Retrograde amnesia, leading to confusion, repeating questions and memory loss, but also affects navigation and flexible thinking. Decision making and even social behaviour is also affected, as the hippocampus is vital for integrating information and mental time travel, imagining past and future events. Key effects of hippocampal damage: memory loss, inability to create new and declarative memories, and difficulty retrieving older ones, causing confusion about recent happenings. Impaired learning, struggling to learn new skills or information. Disorientation, getting lost in familiar places or having trouble following directions. Cognitive deficits, poor decision making, the inability to vividly imagine past or future events, or even create novel scenarios, and the difficulty with general, flexible thinking. Behavioural changes, repeating conversations or questions, misplacing items, difficulty holding a conversation, and potential mood changes or depression. Conditions which cause this: Alzheimer's, epilepsy, stroke or injury, and hypoxia, which is the lack of oxygen. Now this one, which is brain inflammation, is pronounced two different ways: encephalitis or encephalitis. Encephalitis is what they say in the UK, and encephalitis is what they would say over the waters in the USA. It came up in the pronunciation video, so I thought I'd just throw that in for you. Recovery. The hippocampus can heal through neurogenesis, which is creating new neurons within the brain, and neuroplasticity, especially through treatments like therapy and given prescriptions, showing potential for restored functions. Does exercise impact the hippocampus? Exercise training increased hippocampal volume by 2%, effectively reversing age-related loss in volume by 1 to 2 years. Does walking make the hippocampus bigger? The results. Overall, walking has a positive effect on hippocampal volumes. Several studies found benefits of higher intensity and greater amounts of walking for a total hippocampal volume. What part of the brain is most affected by exercise? The changes that arise in the structure of the brain as a result of engaging in physical exercise give rise to cognitive changes. Structural changes are observed most notably in the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus. What is the best exercise for the hippocampus? Research suggests that aerobic exercise may be one of the best for brain health. Think jogging, dancing, swimming, biking, you can add skating as well to that, or even a brisk walk. Aerobic exercise gets the blood pumping, which improves blood flow to the brain. What happens to your brain if you exercise every day? You can improve memory and reduce anxiety along with depression. But with that being said, what you need to do is make sure you stick to your set routines. Don't overdo it. If you're going to work out every single day, make sure every other day is a light session. Maybe go for a slow walk, a slow jog, a swim. Don't overexert yourself every single day just because it's just said there. Exercising every day is good for you. Regular physical activity can also improve signs of brain health, and short bursts of physical activity can boost brain functions such as memory and thinking capabilities. What hormone comes out when exercising? Exercise triggers the release of several key hormones, primarily endorphins, natural mood lifters or painkillers for runners high. Cortisol, stress energy regulation, growth hormone, tissue repair, dopamine, pleasure and motivation. Together, these all work to fuel performance, manage energy, reduce pain and enhance mood. Detailed explanation: mood and pain relief, endorphins, opioids that block pain and create euphoria, which is commonly known as runner's high. Dopamine boosts motivation, pleasure, and strengthens desire to exercise. Serotonin contributes to feelings of well-being. Energy and performance adrenaline, epinephrine and norepinephrine increase heart rate, blood pressure and break down glycogen for immediate energy, fight or flight response. Cortisol helps regulate energy by mobilizing glucose, but high levels can be detrimental long term, bringing health ailments. Check out the playlist for a video on cortisol. Glucagon and insulin regulate blood sugar levels. Muscle building and repair, testosterone, promotes muscle protein synthesis and prevents muscle breakdown, increasing in response to strength training. What is the best food for the hippocampus? Diets that support brain health: whole grains, leafy greens, berries, nuts, fish, olive oil, beans and legumes. It's funny that, isn't it? People will say, oh, he's nuts, when in reality, nuts are something which can generally support brain health. Ain't that nuts? Oh, gosh. In fact, the word nuts can be used in many different ways, can't it? Could go outside, end up in a brawl, bust a few nuts. Saying that, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Or maybe I'm great at both. Who knows? Or go to a wine bar at the weekend, meet an elegant cougar, have a good night, knock the dust off the nanny with a horizontal dance, bust a few nuts for the night, and one for the morning. Oh, splish, splash, splosh. Psst. If you're familiar with that sound, you know what I mean. Psst. Oh my gosh, I make myself laugh sometimes, excuse me. But experience beats what ifs. Go grab that fresh towel, miss. You're gonna need it. Sorry. Hang on a minute, miss. You never told me there was going to be rain showers. And before you even think it, that is not what it sounds like. That's the power of good, strong, thrusting hips and a magical rhythm. Excuse my sense of humour. At least it's done in a way only the adults would understand. It's just after 6 a.m. I'm not tired. I've just got up and had a hot drink and started editing. Just keeping myself amused. Excuse me. Right, back to the video after a little detour. Hippocampal shrinkage also damages cognitive functions and interferes with the process of creating memories. This would have a profound impact on both behaviour and the ability to form a stable, realistic and cohesive sense of self. Top exercise types for anxiety: yoga, tai chi and Pilates. These low impact routines integrate breathwork, which is diaphragmic breathing, with physical postures promoting relaxation and mindfulness. With yoga specifically shown to increase the calming brain chemical GABA. I read something about yoga recently, about how it's capable of opening certain visitor routes. You get what I mean? Not too sure how true this is, so I won't say any more about it. You'll have to go and check it out for yourselves. Cardiovascular exercise, aerobic. Activities like running, cycling, swimming or even brisk walking elevate your heartbeats and trigger endorphins, acting as a natural mood booster and distraction. Nature-based activities. Things like hiking or just by walking in natural environments, whether it be the park or the woods, reduce stress more effectively than city walking by offering a change of scenery and fresh air. High intensity interval training, other words HIIT. For some, the intense physical release and endorphin rush from HIIT can be a powerful way to overcome feelings of uneasiness. Key tips for success: find your fit. Choose activities that match your personality and preferences, whether it's a fast-paced run or a slow stretch. Short bursts also count. A brief 10-minute walk can offer hours of relief, so don't feel pressured to do long workouts. Combined with self-care, proper recovery after exercise is crucial to maintain motivation. Practice breathing. Incorporate deep breathing like box breathing or belly breathing into your routine, even when you're not feeling anxious, to build a skill for stressful moments. Quick reiteration of the causes: Alzheimer's disease and dementia, hypoxia, oxygen deprivation, encephalitis, brain inflammation, epilepsy, temporal lobe seizures, post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, TBI. If you notice these signs, especially if they're persistent or worsening, see a GP, as early detection helps manage conditions like Alzheimer's or find treatments for other causes. Which exercise is best for brain memory? Doing crossword puzzles, Sudoku games, jigsaw puzzles, and other games that rely on logic, math, word, and visual-spatial skills are great ways to increase brain power. These types of games require multiple cognitive abilities, which challenges the brain and improves processing speed and memory. Which drink is best for brain memory? Drinks that enhance brain function: coffee, green tea, berry juice, and kombucha tea. Green smoothies, turmeric tea, beetroot juice, ginseng tea. What is the best breakfast for brain health? For the best brain function breakfast, focus on slow release carbs. Things like oats, whole grains, protein, which could be eggs, yogurt or salmon, healthy fats like avocado, nuts, fatty fish, and antioxidants, berries, leafy greens. For sustained energy, focus and cognitive health, eat things like oatmeal with berries and walnuts, avocado toast with egg on whole wheat bread, or a Greek yogurt parfait with fruit and seeds. Staying hydrated and including B vitamins and omega-3s are key for alertness and learning. Key breakfast considerations: slow release carbs, provide steady glucose for fuel. Examples: oatmeal, whole grain bread, low sugar muesli. Protein, keeps you full and provides amino acids for brain health. Examples: avocado, nuts like walnuts and almonds, seeds, fatty fish like salmon. Antioxidants and vitamins, protect brain cells and support energy. Examples: blueberries, leafy greens like spinach and kale, fruits and green tea. Easy brain-friendly breakfast: brainy oatmeal, overnight oats or porridge with blueberries, walnuts and a sprinkle of chia seeds. Check out the playlist once again for a video on chia seeds. What they call a yogurt power bowl: plain Greek yogurt topped with mixed berries, toasted pecans and almonds. Protein box: brown wholemeal bread, cheese slices, almonds and a hard-boiled egg. What are the 4 different parts of the hippocampus? There are 4 hippocampal subfields: CA1, CA2, CA3 and CA4. CA3 and CA2 border the hilus of the dentate gyrus on either side. CA3 is the largest in the hippocampus and receive fibres from the dentate granule cells on their proximal dendrites. The pyramidal layer is about 10 cells thick. How does aging affect the hippocampus? A reduction in hippocampal volume may contribute to age-related cognitive decline. Age-related hippocampal atrophy results from neuronal loss and impaired neurogenesis. Neuroinflammation and reduced trophic support cause age-related cognitive decline. What is one of the initial signs of cognitive decline? Signs of MCI include losing things often, forgetting to go to important events or appointments, and having more trouble coming up with words than other people of the same age. It's common for family and other people you may keep close to notice these changes. What is the function of the hippocampus in A-level psychology? The hippocampus is thought to be principally involved in storing long-term memories and in making those memories resistant to forgetting. But this, though, is a matter for debate. It is also thought to play an important role in spatial processing and navigation. Male and female brains differ in size, tissue proportions, and regional volumes, with men more often more white matter and women more grey matter after adjusting for volumes. Men generally having larger overall brains, but the women showing greater volume in the memory emotion areas like the hippocampus, prefrontal cortex, adjusted for size. While men have more in sensory motor areas, these structural variations relate to distinct connectivity patterns and hormone influences, though functional differences are subtle and often overlap. This itself highlights the individual variation between men and women through strict categories. Overall tissue composition, we'll start with size. Male brains are, on average, about 10 to 15% larger, correlating with body size, but this doesn't affect intelligence. That's a great one, that, isn't it? So what I'm saying is, yeah, your brain can be large. That doesn't mean you got enough brain cells to be smart. Wow, that says it all in a nutshell there, doesn't it? And this is believable. You can be in some situations where you see a youngster smarter than an adult. It's rare, but it happens. Grey matter versus white matter. After calculating for total volume, women often have a higher percentage of grey matter, which is for processing, while men tend to have more white matter. This is connections. Regional differences, adjusted for size. Women tend to have larger volumes in areas like the prefrontal cortex, the parietal cortex, and the hippocampus for learning and memory, and increased connectivity between hemispheres. Men may have larger volumes in areas of the amygdala for emotions and threats, parts of the cerebellum for motor control, and stronger intra-hemispheric connections linked to sensory motor skills within each hemisphere. Connectivity and wiring, functional wiring. Female brains often show more cross-hemisphere connectivity. This is inter-hemispheric connectivity, while male brains tend to have stronger connections within each hemisphere, intra-hemispheric. Neurochemistry, hormones. Gender hormones, especially testosterone, in fetal development influence brain structure and function, creating neurochemical distinctions. Key takeaway: while these average differences exist, there's significant overlap, and individual brains are mosaics of both patterns, meaning these are statistical trends, not strict rules. While absolute hippocampal size might be slightly larger in males, large-scale meta-analysis suggests this difference disappears when adjusted for overall brain size. Overall size and volume. Debunked myth. The idea that women have smaller hippocampi than men is largely outdated. Correction for brain size. When researchers correct for total brain volume, the significant gender difference in overall hippocampal size vanishes. Absolute versus relative. Males may have slightly larger absolute volumes, but females often show larger relative volumes in hippocampus compared to total brain in some research, or there's no difference at all. Regional differences. We start with males. Males tend to have larger volumes in some anterior, which is the front, and posterior, which is the back, regions of the brain, as well as structures like the parasubiculum and the presubiculum. Females. Females may have larger volumes in the hippocampal tail. Overlap. There's significant overlap, with some individuals having brain structures more typical of the other gender, creating a mosaic pattern. Function and connectivity. Neurogenesis. Some studies suggest more neural stem cells in the dorsal hippocampus in males are crucial for learning. Connectivity. Differences appear in how the hippocampus connects to other brain regions, potentially influencing memory strategies. Hormonal influence. Hormones like the estrogen and testosterone play a role in building hippocampal development and function throughout life, influencing these subtle differences. Your brain isn't strictly male or female. Instead, it's a unique mix of features. While absolute size differences may exist, they are often explained by overall brain size. The functional and regional variations suggest diverse ways the different gender hippocampi contribute to memory and spatial navigation, influenced by hormones and genetics. In a 5-year longitudinal study, where MRIs were conducted on individuals ranging from 26 to 82 years of age, the modest reduction in hippocampal volume was seen in individuals under 50 years of age, whereas a dramatic volume loss of approximately 1.2% per year was found in individuals over the age of 50 years and older. So, in summary for this video, we'll go over the main points for reiteration. The hippocampus, named for its seahorse appearance, is a vital brain structure in the temporal lobe, crucial for learning, memory formation, especially converting short-term to long-term memory, and spatial navigation. Working within the emotion-regulating limbic system to bind experiences with emotions and context, and also generating new neurons through neurogenesis. Damage impairs forming new memories, highlighting its role in retrieving past experiences. It forms new declarative and episodic memories, which are facts and events and personal experiences, consolidating them for long-term storage in other brain areas. Located deep within the temporal lobe, one in each hemisphere, forming part of the limbic system. One of the few brain regions where new neurons are born in adulthood, supporting plasticity. This is neurogenesis. Affected in many neurological conditions, including Alzheimer's disease, due to its role in memory and vulnerability to stress. To strengthen your hippocampus, focus on regular aerobic exercise, mental stimulation like learning new things, a brain-healthy diet, this could be Mediterranean food, mindfulness and meditation, get good sleep and strong social connections, promoting new neuron growth and increase hippocampal volume. Aerobic activities like brisk walking, swimming or dancing increase new brain cells and volume, improving memory and protecting against decline. Learning new things challenge your brain. This could be a language, an instrument, a new training routine to build stronger neural pathways. Focusing on novelty and consistency to build neural connections for better memory and learning. Easy, less frequently done activities like using your non-dominant hand while writing, learning a new word daily, or drawing maps for memory also work wonders. Stimulate sensory engagement by engaging all senses in new ways, like trying new foods or listening to different music. Practicing mindfulness with meditation can improve focus and overall brain health. A quick and easy exercise is finger taps. Touch each thumb to each finger sequentially. Then reverse. This can be done with both hands. Close eye tasks. Try drawing simple pictures or writing your name with eyes closed to boost spatial memory. So now you understand how exercise, along with nutrition, plays a big part in brain function, especially when it comes to the hippocampus. By following quick, easy routines, you can both strengthen, enhance, and build new brain capacity. Happy navigation. Good luck.